What is the message that you're trying to get out to the world, man?
One of the strongest messages we're trying to get out to the world is that there's a solution to pollution. So it's a myth that there's no solution to the pollution, and we beg to differ. From years back, there's always been a solution to pollution, but many people don't know about it. So our strongest focus point is to teach people and share with people freely that there is a solution to pollution, and now that people are recognizing that there's a problem.
Must we get busy now taking care of that business? Or do we have time to play around?
If you ask me, I said we should have done it, years ago. I think looking at Brother Al Gore, he has a beautiful message, but he seems to think that there's time left. Our message is there's no time left. Already the scientists are declaring that some situations cannot be rectified. So the only way we feel that it can be done is by using the process known as AGNIHOTRA. With AGNIHOTRA, you put nutrients back in the Earth's atmosphere, and you go to the molecular structure of everything and hold everything in its natural state. And that is the need of the hour right now.
How can the average individual help to solve this problem? Is there anything single people can do?
Well, what we promote is, first of all, that everybody should learn about the way to nurture the Earth's atmosphere. So what are we talking about? We're talking about something called as free radicals. When you go to the molecular structure of man and find out that electrons are off, it begins to affect each and every one of us, and it creates what we call a misfiring process. So to rectify that, we tell you the only thing that goes to the solar aspect of your being is the essence of the fire. So we want to teach every individual about how to do the small fire in their own home and create what we call a protective bubble around the home, around themselves, and also to nurture the plants. It's the plants that need our love right now. So we say unto everybody, unless you get very serious about protecting the planet, then you won't have any place to do anything. As you see here with me now, I have many friends here, we're all family here, and each one of us have a different aspect. And so perhaps each one of these people can tell you about their perspective about protecting the planet.
When you mention plants, does that include the trees that man seemed to not have any respect for, cutting down, hauling away, destroying at will?
Well, what is happening is it definitely includes the trees and the balance that the trees give us. Well, if you don't have the oxygen, then there's no us. So what is transpiring is that more trees are being cut down, yet and still people are living longer. So you're creating an imbalance there. So now because of the toxicity that exists on the planet, certain trees are beginning to fall, just coming out of the ground at the own root. Then you have certain chemicals and certain toxins that people are finding are just oozing out of the ground now. So everything is beginning to affect us in a very, very subtle way. So we need to get in tune to that.
Now, America seems to be taking the attitude that we can't resolve the total problem ourselves, therefore, we don't have to step up to the plate, trying to blame China and all these other places. What do you say to those kinds of mindsets?
My biggest thought about that, unless we all come together and put forth some energy to protect the planet, then it doesn't do any good for any country to step forth and do it alone. It can't be done alone. We all live on a planet which we refer to as a spaceship. So whatever affects one affects all. So it takes total love, total kindness, total respect from all mankind that exists on the planet. Now the major thing that we say, are we real about trying to save the planet? If so, then there needs to be a tool that's available to all mankind. Everybody cannot afford this solar energy, that kind of power. What will we think about the man that lives in the Brazilian jungles? How he helped to protect the planet? So he has to have some simple tool that he can use. So this is what we're trying to share. Unless all of us come into the positive thought about being full of love, we can possibly heal the planet.
What do you say to America? What ought America be doing right now to address this problem?
One of the things that people are not aware of is that the planet rotation has speeded up, and that there are certain particles in the atmosphere that speeded up also. When you talk about those particles, you talk about how it affects the mind. And when it affects the mind is not fast enough to keep up with the change that's taking place in the Earth's atmosphere. So one of the things that happen to most people is they have a tendency to feel like they have forgotten something, and they think, oh, I'm getting old. But that tendency happens to most people. So sometimes you have to take a pause in a minute during the day and let the mind adjust to the speed that's taking place on the planet. And that is a subtle level that everyone can start practicing in their own individual self. And they'll find out that they will be in tune with things much easier.
And some people call that quiet time, right?
Quiet time where you take just a moment to get centered.
Right. What do you say to President Bush?
In speaking to President Bush, we have to find out first, is he really concerned about environmental problems? The most that I've seen him talking about environmental problems is the last few months. So it seemed like his farewell address is he want to leave an epitaph that he was concerned about the environment. So to President Bush, I say farewell and goodbye. That's what I say. You too. Our final message to you all is that it's very important that all the people of the planet come together. We should have one common cause. That common cause is to protect the planet. If we don't have a planet, we can't have wars. If we don't have a planet, we can't love. If we don't have a planet, we can't grow things. Most important, if we don't have a planet, we don't exist. The planet that I talk about is the bubble that lives in, that we all live in. If we destroy that, then we are finished as human beings. Of course, the planet will be here. It may be barren, but it will be here. Most important to all the people of the world, we say, it's time for us to have a common cause. No matter what your race is, we are brothers and sisters. Let's get together and protect our Mother Earth and do the job that we're supposed to do as caretakers. So we say to all of you, so be it, one thought, much love, and we will see you on the nation.